And welcome back to the 2018 Tampa Bay Rowdies Suncoast Invitational. The game between the Tampa Bay Rowdies and the Philadelphia Union. I'm Eddie Rodriguez alongside my partner, Charlie Slagle. Charlie, another great game, the second game of this doubleheader. Of course, we have the home team, the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
We do, and against a very fine team from Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Union. Should be a good game. The last one that we just did, 2-2 final, was very exciting and a lot of skill. And so this one should be a great one as the hometown Rowdies get to play an MLS team again back-to-back weekends.
Of course, this would be the last game of this Suncoast Invitational for the 2018 preseason. The Tampa Bay Rowdies, of course, don't start their season until a little bit more over 3 weeks, and MLS season starts next week. Philadelphia Union trying to sort out their starters and trying to get everybody fit for their next weekend season opener. And of course, for the Rowdies, you know, it's about getting fit right now, trying to get everybody collectively playing the same tune. They had a great show last week. Unfortunately, they were they gave up a goal late in the second half against the Montreal Impact. So a good match here, Charlie, and a beautiful night in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Right, next week, the Union will be hosting the New England Revolution, coached by Brad Friedel in his first year. Should be an interesting start, but that's in Talon Energy Stadium in Philadelphia.
We see both teams coming out of the locker rooms, respectively, Philadelphia Union and the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Of course, the Rowdies head coach Stuart Campbell, the Philadelphia Union Jim Curtin. Expectations for you, Charlie, in this preseason? You know, different times for them. Like I said, MLS starts next week. For the Rowdies, they have a little bit over 3 weeks, but they're fine-tuning both preseason openers.
Yeah, the Rowdies will play on the 17th in Cary, North Carolina, near Raleigh, and should be a good game against NCFC, who used to be a rival back in the NASL days, and now NCFC is now in USL. So former the Carolina Railhawks. So should be a good matchup, but they do have 3 weeks to get ready.
As we get ready for the game, let's get ready for the national anthem. Both teams gearing up.
Remove your hats for the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Please welcome back Marissa Petty.
Broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Very nice by Marissa Petty, age 12.
Beautiful rendition of the national anthem.
A little different than the NBA All-Star game last week.
Outstanding voice.
Very traditional, and I like it.
Of course, the Tampa Bay Rowdies, their home team, wearing their traditional white jerseys. Philadelphia wearing the dark blue, almost black tops. Charlie, give us the starters for their home team, the Rowdies.
What we have for the Rowdies is in goal, Cody Mizell. We're expecting him to play 90 this week in this game. Akira Fitzgerald will play the next one, and will probably play 90. David Najim, whose brother is playing on the other team. Neil Collins, even Magalis.
Magalis,
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yep.
Zach Portillos are the defenders. Jack Blake playing sort of the defensive midfield with Michael Nanchoff, Junior Flemings, and Joe Cole and Sebastian Gunzatti will be playing in the midfield, and Joaquin Graf will be getting the start as the lone striker.
For the Philadelphia Union, goalkeeper 18, Andrew Blake. 28, Ray Gaddis. 15 defender, Josh Yatto. 16 defender, Richie Marcus. 32, Matt Real. Midfielder number 8, Derek Jones. Number 2, midfielder Warren Crevalli. 24, midfielder Adam Najim. Of course, the brother on the other side. Great rivalry between the brothers. And number 14, Fabian Herbers. Number 20, Marker Epps, a local kid, South Florida graduate. Number 27, Jay Simpson. The referee, Ted Uncle. Linesman, Denny Thornberry and Kevin Klinker. As we expect great matches. Once again, Charlie, the last of this Suncoast Invitational for the 2018, sponsored by the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Great expectations for that team in this 2018 campaign. A team, Charlie, that has come together in preseason. They've added some great talent, and the likes of, Jack Blake from the Armada. And of course, when you have international stars like Joe Cole on top, Sebastian Gunzatti as well, the Argentine, you expect great things. That's the man in charge right there, Coach Stuart Campbell.
Last week, Graf scored with an assist from Gunzatti, and the second assist, if there was such a thing, went to Michael Nanchoff, and great goal. But Piatti from Montreal scored about 2 minutes later to make the score 2-1. Jim Curtin is the coach. He's the furthest right with the bottle of water, and closing in on him right there. He's been with Philadelphia since they started, not as the head coach, but became the head coach last year. And Jim has done a great job, and getting ready to shake hands with the fourth official.
Of course, the Rowdies coming out with a 4-3-3. As we get set for 90 minutes of this last game in the Suncoast Invitational. I'm Eddie Rodriguez alongside my partner, Charlie Slagle. Charlie, the Philadelphia Union, as you mentioned, doesn't have all of the starters. They mentioned they're going to use some of the, if you want to call them substitution players, the first 50, 60 minutes, and then the last 30 minutes go with their starters. Of course, some of those starters include Bedoya from the national team. And the Rowdies, on the other hand, they have most of their starters playing in the first half.
And expect the Rowdies to go about 60 minutes with those starters, and then the last 30 or so they'll come out. The exception will probably be the goalkeeper. Mizell will probably play all 90 minutes. Which looks like it's going to be a very strong goalkeeping core for the Rowdies in Mizell and Akira Fitzgerald.
Yeah, no, the coaching staff by Stuart Dobson, the goalkeeper coach for the Rowdies, has done a great job just bringing two quality goalkeepers, and to really fight for that #1 spot. And either one of those, players is going to do a great job. But as you know, Charlie, at this level, it's about the competition you have at practice day in and day out. That is going to show dividends, of course, in the game, and it all starts Stuart Dobson just picking 2 players in camp to fight it off into the regular season.
Michael Nanchoff just got whacked there, and that was Cody Mizell in goal. Played for Charlotte Independence last year. He played all the games.
And of course, that's what you want out of your goalkeeper. You want somebody durable, somebody who can play all the games. You want, you know, a certain level of security in the back that you know that no matter what, he's going to be there. Great ball into space. Looking for Joe Cole.
If you're wondering why that ball was left, offside position, just let the ball go.
Yeah, very smart by Nanchoff. He knew he was in an offside position. He came back and just left the ball. And one of the players, Charlie, that we got a chance to watch last week that is not going to be playing today in the middle. You see Philadelphia with a throw. Philadelphia with the 4-3-3 as well, the way they're setting up right now. And of course, they might morph into another formation, but playing 2 up front. Go with a 4-4-2. But Schaefer is that player I was talking about. He played about 25 minutes of last weekend match, and unfortunately he came off. But just very accurate at center mid for this Tampa Bay Rowdies.
And a great left foot, Marcel Schaefer, that is, and he will not play tonight. But as you said, they have 3 weeks until their first game. Good play by Graf.
Good ball into space by Graf. Top of the box. Junior Flemings, yeah, making that run out wide just with a lot of pace. He's got the tendency of just making those runs out wide. He's got the ability to whip the ball from the outside in. And of course, that's what the Rowdies want out of him. Just make some runs, deep runs on the, you see him right there on the ball. And of course, Graf was making a run near post. You have Joe Cole on the other side playing a little more as a number 10. Nanchoff right behind. Jack Blake, more of a defensive center mid.
Minimal pressure by the Rowdies. Graf chasing a little bit, and everybody else behind midfield.
Yeah, I think in this type of game, Charlie, especially when you play against, you know, an MLS team, you want to just kind of sit back a little bit and see what they have, see what they offer, and not be so eager to high press, especially in a preseason match. But the Rowdies have done a good job just sitting back a little bit and just, you know, starting their shape defensively at 3/4 of the field. Of course, you and I always talk about the importance of the first 5 minutes of each half and how crucial those minutes, and also the last 5 minutes of each half, you got to stay focused. We saw back-to-back goals in the last game when Montreal, actually New York City had just scored a goal by David Villa, and Montreal just scored not even a minute later.
Dangerous situation here by the Union after the turnover. Offside call. Flag came up a little bit late.
Marcus Hips gets called for the outside, and that was
we have 2 coaches here. We always look on any of those kind of passes straight to the assistant referee, and the flag wasn't up.
Absolutely.
And then it came up a little bit later. But
yeah, especially when you get a late call, right? It looks like Marcus was onside, and of course, as soon as he received the ball, cut the ball to the inside, he did not get the call. Then after that, he raised the flag. So, of course, we tend to disagree, or at least question the call, Charlie, whether it was on or off. Neil Collins with a long ball, looking for Graf, lays the ball off.
Good run by Nanchoff. Left foot, a little bit too deep. Michael Nanchoff from Cleveland. Went to University of Akron. Been around for a while. Now getting into coaching. Actually coaches some under 12s at Tampa Bay United on the academy level.
Graf with the foul, and referee finally calls it. That's on Josh Yaddo.
I don't know if he called the foul or stopping because of injury.
That's Ray Gathers too, went into the tackle.
You're going to see it here. Two guys go up with Graf.
And see, they both go to the same ball. Yeah, and that's Yadis. And subsequently, he hit his teammate, Ray Gathers.
As you can tell from the sweat, it is still a humid, hot night, despite being February 24th. Something like 23 straight days or something in the 80s, or it's going to be by Wednesday, which is highly unusual in Tampa during the quote-unquote winter.
Well, we are in beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida, the Tampa Bay area, with a little bit of humidity, but beautiful weather. And this 2018 Tampa Bay Rowdies Suncoast Invitational, this being the second game of a doubleheader. First game, as we mentioned earlier, New York City FC 2, and then Montreal Impact 2-2. Great game, a lot of great goals. Two of courtesy of David Villa, the Spaniard international. Good chance right here for the Rowdies. Michael Nanchoff, left foot in swinger.
See if he drives this ball or he goes high. He was going high with it.
Graf getting high, trying to get the ball. Jack Blake gets called for that foul.
Came from behind there. You'll see it here. Blake comes in.
Yeah, it's that elbow extension
from behind and a little bit arm extension.
That's Warren Gravali who draws the foul. Andre Blake, the goalkeeper, telling the fullbacks, tuck in. I'm going to go along with this one. Charlie, right around the 10-minute mark for both teams. Tampa Bay Rowdies just sitting back a little bit more than usual, just waiting to see what the Philadelphia Union can bring as far as dangerous. And Nanchoff gets taken down right in the middle of the field.
Great play by Joe Cole there. He was under pressure. Used the outside of his right foot to push it there. You're going to see the foul here on Nanchoff as he gets cut down, and good call on Gravali.
Gravali actually, again, payback from the last time by Jack Blake around the 18.
Good step by Neil Collins to break that play up for the Rowdies.
And that's the space they're trying to exploit right behind the whole entire defense. Junior Flemings once again making a great run into space. Collins playing a great ball into that corner.
Flemings came from Red Bull 2. Had 16 goals in 52 matches for them over the last 2 years.
The referee says no on Flemings. There's contact. Yeah, those great numbers. Charlie, just when you talk about, that amount of goals for a player, it's just great season he had.
Dangerous situation here. Just wide. Whenever you allow a player to run at you like that, it's much more difficult.
Yeah, Marcus Epps with plenty of space. Watch how much space the Rowdies give him. He takes a lane, cuts the ball to the inside. He goes with an in-swinger looking for that far post.
He didn't miss by much.
Cody Mizell had that angle, but you're right. It's just dangerous situation, especially, as you mentioned, Charlie, when you give somebody that much space to run at you, they're going to have the ability to, or try to curve the ball to that far post. If you're the Rowdies, you want to make sure that you cover that space a little bit tighter, especially early in this half as Collins decides to go along, looking for Flemings.
Eddie, hear a lot of coaches say, take him on with speed, take him on with speed. And so defensively, you want to do the exact opposite. You want to make sure that they can't take you on with speed. And he had the free lane there and had the opportunity to go whichever way he wants, because when you take him on with speed, then it's a quicker move and makes it easier to beat the defender.
Philadelphia going forward. 1-2s around the left side, trying to play that through ball.
I'm not exactly sure as hard as he hit that thing. If it hadn't hit his own teammate, I think it would have been up here with us.
Yeah, it would have been. Joe Cole on the ball. Cool, calm, and collect. Switches the ball. How about this ball, Charlie? All the way to the other side. Great switch. Sebastian Ginsati.
Once again, running at speed. No foul called, so Rowdies had the ball for a moment.
That's going to be a good matchup. Matt Real against Flemings out on that right part of the field. Both players with a little bit of pace. Derek Jones on the ball from the Union.
Good movement of the ball from the left side to the right side, changing the point of attack.
And Philadelphia draws the foul right outside the 18. That's Warren Cravali. And the referee is calling Ivan Magales, the Brazilian player, ex-Eastern Florida Titan, now playing with the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Dangerous play here.
It's a good chance right here for Fabian Herbers. Right foot, left foot, he's got a couple of options.
You see Mizell lining up the wall. Usually want about half of a player on the near post as far as his body. So the nose is sort of through that spot. Interesting play there as he went low, trying to get behind the defense. Very good ball, though. Very dangerous ball.
Yeah, it's a dangerous ball, because even if you're a defender without spin, Charlie, a lot of times you try to clear that, and if you don't hit the ball well, it's going to end up in the back of your net because of the spin. As you see, the goalkeeper, Cody Mizell, just directing traffic, telling defenders where to be and where to move. Great ball in the box. Derek Jones, not the best contact with the ball. And there's Collins, who never has lost a header, according to Tam.
McAndawiri was with us, Rowdies player who is not suited up tonight, and so he joined us for the first game, the 2-2 draw between New York City FC and the Montreal Impact, who have been training down here, and both heading back as the regular season starts next weekend in the MLS. No foul, so very seldom do you see Joe Cole lose the ball in those situations, but an opportunity now for the Union.
Great little back heel, and if you're just joining us, welcome to the Tampa Bay Rowdies Suncoast Invitational.
Great ball by Nanchoff to Graf.
Graft on that breakaway. Charlie, and I know you mentioned that 1-2. Nanchoff has done a great job here, looking for Graf all the time, or Joe Cole is the other option on the other side. But it's just that speed of play to come out of the back, as you see Collins on the ball.
And he curled that ball around the defense, and Graf could run on it. Graf pulled it back because he was 1-on-2 and had no help.
And a lot of the times, Charlie, as you know, is the quality of the pass, the tempo, as we call it, the amount of the pace you put on the ball. And of course, when you can put a little bit of English, a little bit of spin, so the ball will stay in bounds. That was a great ball by Nanchoff. Looking for Graf.
The ball staying in bounds, and also goes around the defenders who may be in between. So, but that ball was on the ground. It didn't have to go in the air. Easier to control.
Dangerous situation. Graf blocks. Shot by Andre Blake.
what we hear about Graf is a lot of energy and will be attacking balls like that. And Blake probably thinks he was a little bit too nonchalant as Graf got a piece of that, and but it did go out for a throw-in for the Union.
Philadelphia with the counter. Watch this. They have a lot of space behind Charlie. Dangerous situation for the Rowdies.
The Rowdies will take that call. That isn't always called. Neil Collins trying to make sure he gets enough room to play this free kick.
David Collins just...
and if you don't read lips, it just was relax from the referee.
Collins he won't have it. He's having to go at the ref, saying, hey, all I want is some space so I can take the free kick. As Cody Mazel has the ball in the back. The Rowdies looking for Graft on top.
Good attempt at getting the ball through. Always good when you can get the defense to turn their back and under pressure at the same time, and that's what you had. There's Stuart Campbell. Stuart Dobson to his left.
Good job by Magales, just staying goal side with the defender, keeping that angle. As you see, great ball by Jack Blake. Graf 1-on-1, takes a shot, and just like that, the Rowdies go up 1-0.
Whoa, what a goal for Graf as goalkeeper Blake came out. Great ball put ahead of him from Blake, and Graf very nicely put that ball in the back of the net, and 1-0 favor the home team.
Jack Blake with a great assist, threads the needle. Graf gets in front of the goalkeeper who comes out. Andre Blake, nice little left foot.
You'll notice if we get that same angle, the first one, that number 15 on the, who is Josh Yarrow, held Graf on.
Yeah, he's the one that kept him on.
And his own defender was right with him. So 1-0 to the Tampa Bay Rowdies, a home team.
Andre Blake, the goalkeeper, came out a little bit too late, but once again, give credit to Jack Blake with a great penetrating ball. Right on the money for Graf, who didn't break stride, Charlie. And as you mentioned, Josh Yaro just kept him on. And of course, he wasn't offside.
Now, we talked about this 5 minutes after a goal. Had a lot of those in these 3 games that we've done so far, this being our 4th.
Yeah, right around the 20-minute mark for the Rowdies.
Ray Gaddis, a very good player who was the one who crossed that ball.
And this is when your goalkeeper can cool things off a little bit. You're up and score. You have a little bit of the time, Charlie. You can sit back, breathe a little bit, and get your shape back defensively. And of course, you continue to go forward. But in the meantime, defensively, you got to stay just nice and compact. Don't give up a soft one as soon as after you just scored a goal. You don't want to give up an easy goal here. As you see, once again, Graft. He's done a great job just running around, getting balls, and of course in that early definition as he went to goal. That's a bad tackle right there. The ref's got the card. If it's a yellow, that could very well be the other color. And he definitely has the yellow in his hand right there.
Warren Carvalho has been involved in a few. Now, Graf has played 2 halves in this Suncoast Invitational, and he has 2 goals.
Yeah, Ray Gathers with that yellow card. Watch this, is the fact that he goes cleats up right here. Watch his right foot. See, anytime you go over the ball like that, showing your cleats, that's just a tackle. And of course, he's...
You're going over the ball, and you're going with your cleats high.
Oh,
so
yeah.
And up.
And that could have very well been a red card.
Now, Nanchoff will use his left foot on this and try to put an in-swinger, my guess, to the back post.
Ted Uncle, the referee, close enough to call it. And it's the right call early in this game. You don't want to give somebody a red unless he would have made contact with a Rowdies player, but it was definitely a dangerous play. But so I think yellow card it's good enough for that instant. As you see, Andre Blake coming out, owning his box.
So Rowdies playing ahead this game. They were not ahead in the game last week against the Montreal Impact.
You can hear the Rowdy faithful up in the stands chanting already. They're up early in this game, 1-0 against an MLS team, Philadelphia Union, on this last game of the Tampa Bay Rowdies Suncoast Invitational. I'm Eddie Rodriguez alongside Charlie Slagle. Charlie, great way for the Rowdies to come out early in this game, playing good brand of soccer out of the back, but more importantly, just getting up on the scoreboard. Got a chance to speak to the coach, Stuart Campbell, and said we were a little bit unlucky last week against Montreal, giving up a late goal and also, of course, not scoring in that penalty kick. But you know what? They miss a penalty kick, and it's just one of those things that it happens in preseason. You might as well happen in preseason than the regular season.
Graf, who scored the goal, had 11 goals last year for the Rochester Rhinos, who are no longer playing in the USL.
Yeah, they took a year out, of course, coached by the great Bob Lilly, one of the coaches I had in my career. Great coach. But the Rhinos, of course, a great organization, won the '99 Open Cup, beating 3 or 4 MLS teams on the way. Morales in the back, taking his time. Jack Blake, look how deep he comes to collect the ball, all the way to Collins out wide. And just like that, the Rowdies would like to keep the tempo and control the game, Charlie, which is what they should do. They have to score. They got the time a little bit. They can afford to knock the ball around and start. You see Philadelphia waiting 3/4 of the field.
So what you're seeing is Morales and Collins, the two center backs, are moving to the outside. The outside backs, which is more of an offensive position in today's game, are up the field, and then Blake comes back and becomes the center man when they're working it from the back.
Yeah, Blake and Nanchuk, the two center mids, are going to have loads of space in the middle because the center backs are open, and also the fullbacks are at each touch line, so they're really wide. Morales working out of the back, left-footed player. Great ball, looking for Graft.
High pressure by the Rowdies, and it paid off as Flemings gets the steal.
Good job by Flemings. Portillo's on the ball, on the throwing. Great job by Flemings, just holding the defender. Portillo switches the point of attack. Jack Blake, one more to Collins. Look at that, in 3 passes, they're all the way. Nigel back to Collins. And as we mentioned earlier, the Union will bring their starters in the last 30-35 minutes of the second half.
Attempted a through ball, but Mizell was already up there. What I'm seeing out of Graf is one of those guys that you just don't like to play with, against, I mean, excuse me. You know, he challenges a lot, doesn't give up.
Yeah, and it's that chasing after he loses the ball, right, that he's so good at. I mean, he's just relentless when it comes down to playing that defensive scheme. Great ball by Morales into space. Portillos gets to the left side. Cross, looking for Graft. That's a quality service, a little bit behind. Graft would have loved to have that one just a little bit in front of him. Just great job by the Rowdies, building out of the back.
Well, this ball is a swings it in, an outswinger. Graft gets there. Ducked his head a little bit, and as you see, he says he's sorry for that one. He wanted to put that one in the back of the net for his teammate.
Well,
and
it's
himself.
one of those situations that Graf thought that he could have done better with that option. Great delivery by Portillos once again. As you see, Andre Blake, the goalkeeper from the Union. And who else but Collins? He will not lose that challenge, by the way.
According to his teammate.
Not according to his teammates.
A great ball. Fleming has a chance to get it in the corner.
Fleming's working the outside in. Oh, he stepped on the ball. He was looking for that step over.
A lot of good challenges by the Rowdies, but got the foul called.
Joe Cole gets called for that foul against
Corvallis, who's been involved in a lot of fouls on both ways.
Yeah, Warren has taken a few, given up some. Of course, he's got that yellow for that high tackle. As we approach the 28th minute mark, I'm Eddie Rodriguez alongside Charlie Slagle in this 2018 Tampa Bay Rowdies Suncoast Invitational. The Rowdies up 1-0, courtesy of Graf, with a great ball by Jack Blake.
There's Jim Curtin, head coach of the Union, getting ready to start the season next week against New England at home.
And I'm sure for Curtin, as you get closer to the season, you got to make final cuts after preseason, Charlie, and get your team, get your roster ready and your team ready for the first game of the season.
They were 11-14-9, 11 wins, 14 losses, and 9 draws last year, which was 8th in the East. They want to do better than that. Top 6 teams go from both the East and the West.
Fleming's out wide for the Rowdies. Oh, it's a bad giveaway right there in the middle.
Derek Jones came back defensively and stole that pass.
Ray Gathies working out of the back for the Union. They're moving the ball around pretty good. Philadelphia Union working out of the back, just trying to keep possession as much as they can and trying to find that great ball, that penetrating ball, Charlie, that is going to put him 1-on-1 somewhere on top. One of the forwards, either Jay Simpson. You know, of course, on paper, Charlie, the Philadelphia Union comes out. It looks like it's a 4-5-1, but outside players making great runs. So at some point they're attacking with 2 or even 3 sometimes.
Yeah, the 4-5-1 can very easily go into a 4-3-3.
Yeah, and you know, especially when you're attacking, those numbers right here. Look, you have now an outside player getting into the box, and you have one far post, cross to the far post. Marcus Epps, the USF graduate, looking across the ball, looking for Jay Simpson.
Gets this light pressure. See Blake coming back in the middle. Working it from the back, the goalkeeper is very important. That those foot skills are good enough that they can be part of that working it from the back.
Yeah, no, nowadays he becomes an extra defender. As you see, Fleming's with a great turn in the middle of the field. It's taken down. The referee, Ted Uncle, close enough, does not call it.
Just looked at him and said, let's keep playing. Another good step by Neil Collins, center back for the Rowdies. Good possession by Flemings. Got the stiff arm going.
Great ball by Flemings. Back pass, back heel, top of the box.
Touch just a little bit too far away from Nanchoff, who then redeems himself with a steal of the ball, and Joe Cole gets a shot off.
Great job by Joe Cole getting the ball back. Plays the ball looking for Graft. Yeah, Nanchoff wasn't able to get the shot off in that chance for the Rowdies, but good chance, and you see how hard Joe Cole is working.
That was a good opportunity, a lot of good opportunities there for the Rowdies on that possession.
Well, and collectively, they're running to get the ball behind. As you see the Union breakaway right here, top of the box.
Derek Jones started that.
He wasn't able to turn and take a shot on goal. Charlie, good chance though, but took a little bit too long. Played that negative ball, and Collins comes out. Playing the ball.
We talk about his heading, but he's made about 3 really good steps to the ball to break up plays.
Nanchoff to Flemings. Was trying to buy a foul. The referee says not a chance. And here comes the Union the other way.
The faithful of the Rowdies did not like the no call.
Warren Cavalli switches the point of attack, and now we are all the way on the right. Ray Gaddings. Fabian on top of the box. Graff couldn't hold on to that ball, and you can tell he wasn't happy with himself. The ball just got away from him right at the last moment.
He is definitely a workhorse.
I'll tell you what, Charlie, Graff has done a great job just making himself available for the Rowdies to come out and playing the ball.
He has. He gives him a target up there.
Well,
they can go behind the defense or come back to the ball.
Yeah, that's what you want to do when you play that number 9 spot. You want to make yourself a target for your midfielders to find you, hold the ball, lay it off, and then you can make that run, you know, in the box. And of course, he scored the goal. Great run, courtesy of Jack Blake. And here comes the Rowdies on a breakaway. Nanchoff, top of the 18, tie. Just like that, Charlie, he makes it 2-0 for the Rowdies. Nanchoff.
Nanchoff from Najim, great ball. Nanchoff pushed that ball in front of him and then slotted it home with his left foot.
Michael Nanchoff, and how about this ball right here?
Najim comes up, pushes it with his right foot. There's Nanchoff making the run, and just a little curl of the ball to the left post, and Blake had no chance. So 2-0 Rowdies.
Outstanding definition of Michael Nanchoff, and if you look when the way he goes to goal, he looks like he's going to take a shot to the far post, and he goes near. Just a little bit of a curve ball, curve with his left foot. It's great definition right there.
Nanchoff had a good game last week against Montreal. There's Najim, who made that pass, got the assist. Nanchoff got taken down in the box when Georgi Histroff missed the PK, or actually was saved. Big 10 minutes here for the Rowdies. Up 2-0.
Here comes the second yellow. Jack Blake lead on that tackle. He's holding that right knee. He was just late.
We're going to see replay coming up here. Jack Blake still on the ground.
He's going for that 50-50 tackle. He's just a little bit late. He makes contact.
Yep. From behind. Jay Simpson goes down. Now he realizes he's hurt. Now, somebody said, many people have said, 2-0 is the worst lead in soccer, but the word lead is always nice, though.
Well,
I'd much rather be up 2-0 than 2-0 than down 2-0.
Well, I always want to much rather be up 2-0 than 1-0. Of course, the Rowdies will take that now right around the 36th minute. And it's not just the fact that they have 2 goals, Charlie. They've been playing pretty good soccer.
They were playing very good soccer.
Right around there. In transition, they've been winning a lot of the balls, and that's how they were able to score both goals. Some breakaways, early balls, great balls, though, into space. And Philadelphia, they kind of have struggled just getting to the attacking third with precision. A couple of good chances outside, but nothing clear, though. Nothing. Manchoff. Early, Portillo's, Fleming's out wide on the left. He's making a run. Graft, far post.
That was Blake getting running into the Union player.
That was more of a hockey check right there. 1-2 by the Union. Ball goes out wide.
Almost looked like a lot of the impetus was by Blake, though, running into a stone wall type.
Well, he saw the well. Najim. Far post, looking for Simpson, lace it off.
Handled by Cody Mizell.
Derek Jones not quite what he was thinking when he stroked that ball.
But good movement inside the last 20 yards by Philadelphia Union.
Yeah, they've done better around the 18, especially how they move the ball, transition from midfielder to forward. As the Rowdies recover coming back. 38th minute, Charlie. 2-0 for the local team, Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Blake barely got that there. I think he realizes that Graf's going to be around. Graf gives him a 5 on the way back.
And how quickly he closes that gap, right?
Yes.
Of course, you're watching the 2018 Tampa Bay Rowdies Suncoast Invitational. I'm Eddie Rodriguez alongside Charlie Slagle. From beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida. And I know the Philly players are happy to be here because it's pretty cold up there right now. They're getting ready to go back home as they start the MLS season next weekend. Joe Cole, great job on that breakaway. Flemings. Manchoff to Flemings. Joe Cole's open.
Portillos has been very effective so far in this game. Number 15, Zach Portillos.
Yeah, played a couple of great balls down the left side, and you see Magales way back. And once again, look where Blake gets the ball right in the middle. Nobody around him.
And if you're looking, and you know they have 4 backs, but only 2 are back there. Definitely pushing the outside backs forward. Flemings and Nanchoff to Portillos. Another good possession by the Rowdies.
Margales in the back. Joe Cole checks to the ball. And see, look at the pressure by Philly. They let the Rowdies players come to the middle, and now time for them to turn. You got to be tighter on that mark. You cannot let Joe Cole turn in the middle. He's too good of a player to have that type of freedom. Ball goes Flemings, near post. And Graf just misses that. That's a great job by Flemings trying to play the ball back to Graf, who's making a good run inside the 6.
We got this pass here. Flemings gets up, pushes it back, and just a little bit too far behind Graf, but Flemings had no idea, just get the ball to the back post.
Just great job by the Rowdies, Charlie, just building out of the back, playing the ball out wide, and just whipping those balls to the far post. Flemings trying to head the ball back to Graf.
This has been one very good half of football by the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
I tell you that Stuart Campbell, the skipper for the Rowdies, is going to be happy at halftime knowing that the team came out, they executed, they put their chances away, and did play pretty good quality of soccer, especially defensively as well. All the way from the goalkeeper, Cody Mizell, and even Magales out of the back, done a great job just coming out of the back, distributing, but not losing the ball in transition. See this foul once again by Joe Cole.
It's been a couple today. Fabian Erbers will be taking this free kick.
Joe Cole lining up the wall with Cody Mazel.
Went to Creighton, did Erbers, and is from Germany, where their coach.
Erbers with a good delivery in the box, in-swinger, and here comes Fleming. Fleming's from the left. I don't know if you noticed, Charlie, he started playing right mid, and halfway he got switched to the left so he can have the advantage of taking that turn to the inside and having his predominantly right foot going to goal. He's not a left-footed player, but he's got the ability to get behind players.
Last couple minutes here. Fleming's had a lot of the ball in the most recent time.
Good ball by the Union out wide. They're trying to find those gaps, Charlie, trying to bring the ball out wide, bring it back in, and then play that ball into the space to their number 9, which in this case is Jay Simpson, that lonely striker for the Union. And Charlie, as you know, that's one of the disadvantages of playing that 4-5-1, that you're playing with one striker only. So if you don't bring some of those midfielders to overlap in the outsides, playing with one forward, it's not going to create much. And that pretty much has been the case for the Union as they knock the ball around the 18, but nothing with a clear chance.
Yeah, when you're playing a 4-5-1 and the other team is possessing the ball like the Rowdies have, you don't get a chance to get other players up. One of the ideas on having the one front runner is that there are about 5 or 6 other players that could make that into 2 front runners, 3 front runners, 4 front runners at different times during the game.
Great tackle at the end by Portillo. You can't believe that the linesman's calling a corner kick. The ball went out for a throw-in. That's his case.
That was Marcus Epps that Naheem was, or Portillas was going against.
Of course, Marcus Epps, a local product out of the University of South Florida here in Tampa. Great college career. The Union with a chance outside the 18, cross to the far post. Looking for Richie Marcus, who's been kind of quiet in this first half.
Another good chance here by the Union.
That's the other thing, Charlie, the quality of the services by the Philadelphia Union hasn't really been there. Flemings goes through as we go into the halftime. First half, Charlie, the Tampa Bay Rowdies 2, the Philadelphia Union 0. Your thoughts of the first half?
Great half by the Rowdies. Pretty even game at the beginning of this, and then the Rowdies took control and then finished off their chances. And so 2-0 against the MLS Philadelphia Union.
Absolutely great result in this first half for the Rowdies. Let's go to the highlights, Charlie. See how they got it done. Early in this first game, the Union was going forward with a good chance right here as he's looking for that far post, but the goalkeeper, Cody Mazel's got it.
Just wide on that.
Jack Blake still in the ball, and how about this ball by Blake? Plays a great ball into Graff, who goes one-on-one. Keeper comes out, and he just buries the ball to the far post. Andre Blake cannot come out on time.
One Blake made a great pass, and then Blake was stuck. The Graff was being held on by. Who was there holding him on? By Richie Marquez.
And now David Najim goes forward, plays a great ball to Michael Nanchov. And how about this great finish to the near post? Just when Andre Blake thinks Najim is going to go far post, how about this? Inside of his left foot, goes near post, just to beat them and make it 2-0 for the Rowdies in this first half.
Great finish by Nanchoff as he looked one way and put the ball the other. A great chance here. Flemings goes back with the header after Najim puts the ball in. Flemings hits it back and just not right where Graf needed it. But a good chance, a great chance actually.
Another great chance looking for Graf. Well, stay with us for the second half. We'll be back for the second half for the Rowdies and Philadelphia Union. Welcome back to the 2018 Tampa Bay Rowdies Suncoast Invitational, game between Tampa Bay Rowdies and the Philadelphia Union. Here's take a look at the actions of the first half.
There's Jack Blake going in, and Graf comes out, gets it past Blake, and a great play and a finish, and nothing but net.
It's a great pass by Blake and an even better definition and finishing by Graf.
This time Najim gets the ball to Nanchoff on the square ball. Nanchoff looks like he's going to go to the right side and then pushes it to the left with a little spin on it for goal number 2.
Great finish by Nanchoff. And that's how the Rowdies are up 2-0 in the first half. Charlie, any changes for you in the second half as far as the way the Rowdies should come out, the way that Philadelphia should react to the 2-0 down early in this game?
I'm pretty sure that Jim Curtin, the head coach, has said that we've got to get back in this game. The first 10-15 minutes are going to be very important to get it down to at least 1 goal. And so I think they'll come out pretty hard. They did play some of the non-starters, and he may be putting a little bit of hey, you want to get minutes on this season, you need to come up and see whether we can get the better of the play in the second half.
No, that's a great point you bring up. If you're the Philadelphia Union, you want to score 1 goal as soon as you can, preferably in the first 10 minutes of the second half. As you see, Georgie looking to come in, one of the subs for the Rowdies in the second half. Of course, for them, Charlie, what would you change, if anything, in the second half?
For the Rowdies?
For the Rowdies, yes.
Yeah, the Rowdies are going to have to continue playing like they have. This was a set move that Georgie was going to come in at halftime for Graf. And so I think that let's see if we can keep this going. Don't rest on your laurels. We've done very well at pushing the ball quickly through. But I guess Graf is going to be in the game with Georgie. Is that true?
Yeah, he's back in the game. And talk about taking advantage of your chance by Graf with a great finish to put the Rowdies up on the scoreboard. As you see, the captain, English international Joe Cole. He's had a great game, just moving around, collecting the ball on top of the 18, just connecting the dots for the Rowdies. Expect some changes from the Philadelphia Union right around the 65, 70th minute mark. That's what we're told by the coaching staff. They're going to bring a lot of the subs out and put in a lot of the starters.
We were wrong. Graf is still out there. Stuart Campbell was talking to Georgie Hirstoff, but he's not in the game yet. He will probably be coming in within the first 15 or 20 minutes of the second half. Unlimited substitution during this exhibition.
Yeah, and of course that's one of the advantages of these friendlies, these exhibition games, that you can sub freely and as many times as you want, of course.
So both Graf and Georgie are in the game. They're playing two up top. Are the Rowdies. Good time to look at that for Stuart Campbell and his staff. Neil Collins with another head ball winner.
I think Flemings is a substitution for the Rowdies. He had a couple of great runs, well, several runs, not only from the right but to the left after he switched sides. You can see Sebastian Gensati getting to that ball. Graf saving it. Still out. As we confirm, Junior was the player that came out. Ristov, who of course had a great season last year with 15 goals for the Rowdies. looking to start this 2018 preseason, or season rather, in the right form.
Union in black and the Rowdies in white. From St. Petersburg, Al Lang Stadium, home of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Union trying to knock the ball around, trying to open up the field, open up options. Great ball going forward. Groff going amongst two defenders. Good chance. Looking to chip the goalkeeper. Andrew Blake comes out.
Great ball by Nanchoff. After a steal by Nanchoff, and then a great ball and good attempt by Graf.
Yeah,
handled by Blake.
So active on top, Charlie. Groff, and as you mentioned, Nanchoff once again with a great quality pass going forward. And Blake, the goalkeeper, did a good job just coming out, collecting the ball right around the 18, between the 6 and the 18, rather.
And those are the two Rowdies goal scorers, Graf and Nanchoff. You see the lower pressure by the Rowdies, allowing possession just over the midline, but then eliminating or making time and space less as they get closer. And a great cross.
Dangerous cross.
Najim heads that to safety for a corner kick.
David Najim just clears the ball. It's good awareness, though, because a lot of the times as a defender, you have somebody forward behind you, so you want to just clear the ball. As you can hear the indications by Cody Mazzell, the goalkeeper. Corner kick for the Union in-swinger, right-footed.
Nanchoff taking one off the chest.
Well, that's taking one for the team, Charlie, right there. Sacrifice your body.
I don't know if he was sacrificing the body or just didn't get out of the way quick enough. It was a quarter kick from about 8 yards away.
We'll give him points for that.
We'll go sacrificing the body.
Absolutely. Great ball in the box. Oh, that's a bad foul from behind. Especially when you push someone into the boards. Now Sebastian Gensati not happy with the push from behind. Ted Uncle probably have a little chat with the Union defender.
Ball's going out of bounds. Gensati allows it, and then
yeah, but he has that extra push by Richie Marcus, and seeing the problem that Gensati never sees him, so he just gets that push from behind. Marquez was just okay.
This is why I like to call them exhibitions as opposed to friendlies.
True. Because, you know, when they say friendlies, as you know, Charlie, they're never friendly. You know? You're absolutely right about that. Exhibition, it's a much better word. Shot for the great in-swinger, looking for Groff in the box. Once again, he would love to have that one back. Great movement from the Rowdies, though.
Graf and Nanchoff again.
Yeah, I like that 1-2 combination. Nanchoff with a great in-swinger with the left side. Just a little bit behind, and you can tell the way he curved his head, tried to make contact, but he was just a little bit behind. It's a great idea, though. He beat the defender, Charlie, just with a pass, with the quality of that service.
They've had 2 great chances already in this half between the two. Nanchoff getting the ball to Graf.
Nanchoff to Graf, and the other one, it's Blake.
Yeah, Blake to Graf, and Najim to Nanchoff. 2 big goals in the first half.
Magales out of the back. Sebastian. Great ball out wide.
Great ball.
Now Najim looking
again
for Georgie in the box.
Some good chances for the Rowdies here in the second half.
That quality of serve.
This is dangerous right here, but only 3. We got an offside call, so there will be no goal.
Took a little bit too long in that play, that through ball. And that was Corey Burke, one of the substitutions from the Union. Cody Mizell is happy that that was an offside, because by the time he came out, Corey Burke had taken a good touch to the outside. It was a little bit late as the Rowdies lead 2-0 around the 53rd minute. The Tampa Bay Suncoast Invitational, Charlie, the last game of this doubleheader today. The Philadelphia Union just cannot find the answer against the Tampa Bay Rowdies. The Rowdies have done a great job in the second half just to move the ball around and find different options. Once again, Ristov plays the ball back, looking for Nanchov. Not enough on the ball, and the Union come out.
Another good play by the Rowdies. A lot of chances already in the second half, and we haven't even played 10 minutes. Both teams have plenty of players warming up. Could be seeing some wholesale substitutions.
Eddie Rodriguez alongside Charlie Slagle. The Suncoast Invitational, sponsored by the Tampa Bay Rowdies. This beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida, Al Lang Stadium. Home of the Suncoast Invitational. Charlie, if you're the Philadelphia Union, at what point do you start making subs to give yourself enough chance to come back in this game?
Well, I think it was already pre-planned, but it's going to be around the 60-minute mark. If winning was the goal for tonight, I would think that they would have put him in at halftime. They want to play well. Good chance here by the Union. Good save by Mizell. Zadi to Blake. A lot of space. Another play by Graf. You know he's running.
He's running, making great runs out of the back.
Keeps this up, he's going to be a big-time fan favorite. There's a save by Mizell. And Collins gets it out of there. Corey Burke was right on his tail. And then Graf, first time, what a save by Blake. That lower hand, the right hand, comes down and makes that save, and it's now a corner kick from Nanchov.
Yeah, and a great strike to the near post. Header once again, Graf puts it over the bar.
Graf has been on the end of about 6 or 7 chances so far today.
Well, that's what you want out of your strikers. Productivity. Nanchov with a great service.
And nobody guarding Graf at all.
He could have done a little bit better, Charlie, because he was all by himself.
And that film will be run over and over and over again by Philadelphia when they get back home and are reviewing this. There's nobody covering the guy who's been the most dangerous player on the field as far as in front of the net.
Collins out of the back, gets taken down. Sebastiano's asking for the ball out wide.
Collins got out of a dangerous situation. Dangerous as far as allowing a goal. And you notice there, Cody Mizell Just threw the ball over towards the sideline. Got the foul coming right here. On the back heel. Joe Cole grabbing. Joe's used a few fouls today.
Well, as they grab it in, he also put his right foot right around the Union defender. Opportunity for the Philadelphia Union right outside. About 30 out.
Evers again. 2 in the wall. The 2 goal scorers, Mantroff and Gruff.
Free kick makes contact with Corey Burke. Megalias staying with this forward.
Rowdies were asking for an offside on the shooter.
Seeing hits one of the defenders.
Burke.
I think Megalias, yeah, I think he's definitely off. Megalias was inside, but of course the linesman has that line right there, whether he was off or not. You can tell right here.
Mark McKenzie kicks the ball over.
Nonetheless, Megalias with a good tackle from behind, and now you see some of the subs.
We'll try to get those subs for you.
Quite a few subs, so bear with us as we go through the numbers. David Acom, you see number 7 right there, freshly on the pitch. This one, the Union's going to bring a little bit more pace. Players that are fresh, right around the 16-minute mark. They're going to try to tie up this game. Good step right there by Sebastian Pensati. Graf. You almost want Graf to play a lot higher so he can hold the ball. Need somebody who can hold the ball so the Rowdies can come out and don't have to be in so much pressure.
This is Eric Ayak with the ball. Foul against Najim by Ayak.
And Najim gets taken down from behind. Eric Ayuk.
Good defense. Fighting on the ball. He comes around. Almost made that play. Came very close to just getting the ball.
As you see the Rowdies faithful chanting, they're happy, they're up 2-0, and then playing well against this MLS side. Megalias clearing the ball for the Rowdies inside the 18.
We have substitutions coming in for the Rowdies.
I think Joe Cole is coming out.
Martin Vingard entering the game. Joe Cole coming out. Hands the captain's armband to Vingard.
Great job by the captain, Joe Cole. Now Vingar comes in with a full tank of air. The last 30 minutes of this friendly. Ayuk switching the ball for Jack Elliott.
Another good try to get the ball to Graf.
Tell you the amount of runs that Graf is making, always trying to get behind the Philadelphia Union defense, making those diagonal runs, great runs into space. And of course, a lot of the time, Charlie, as you know, it's about the delivery of the pass, the weight of the pass. Nonetheless, as a forward, you got to make those runs, whether you get the ball or not.
So right now for Philadelphia, Andre Brake stays in the game in goal. Jack Elliott is playing on defense. Mark McKenzie, Austin Trusty, Harris Mendujanin in the midfield, David Akaman midfield, Fafa Pikal, Alejandro Bedoya, a national team player for the U.S., Anthony Fontana, Eric Ayak, and Corey Burke are the players, the 11 players for the Philadelphia Union.
'64th minute, Charlie. The Rowdies are happy to keep this score, just building out of the back. We made a couple of subs.
This is an interesting time with these many substitutions. You've got the Union coming in with almost all fresh players, and most of the players that are out there for the Rowdies have played 65 minutes. So it's a big time for Stuart Campbell to watch his team, see what they have medal-wise. There's a lot of these guys you're going to see against New England next week that are in the game right now.
Yeah, no, for them it's crunch time in the MLS, as we see Jack Blake.
Jim Curtin and Stuart Campbell looking. Blake voted the best young player in the NASL last year, playing for the Jacksonville Armada.
Yeah, he had a great season last year with 8 goals. And of course, he had the first assist tonight for the Rowdies.
This is Bedoya.
Great ball to the near post.
Almost went in, and that wasn't a shot. It was
yeah, it was a cross. But Cody saying that nobody touched it. Just to make sure that they don't get a corner kick. Great job, though.
Very dangerous coming across. You'll see this ball coming across in front.
Yeah, and it's a great driven ball, Charlie. All you need is somebody just to tap it in at the far post. First time right there with the inside of his right foot, just the ball sings away. Just great job by the goalkeeper, though, just saying that nobody touched it. That awareness. As you see Fafa Pikal, a knee forward, who would love to come in and make his mark, put one in the back of the net for the Union. For Philadelphia, Charlie, they're running out of time here. They gotta put the first one in the next 10-15 to have a chance to tie this game. As you see, Bedoya twice makes contact with Sebastian Gensati. And here comes their second sub.
I'm wondering if the Rowdies are making subs individually because they're up 2-0 and
absolutely
get a little bit extra time as it goes.
As you see, Leo Fernandez, who's getting ready to come in. Graf is going to come out. What the first goal, and you can tell Graf is taking his time, as you mentioned, just shaving a little bit off the clock.
This should probably put Georgi Hristov up a little bit and probably as the lone striker.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the case where, you know,
but they tried
Hristov can play
with two
higher up. That's a true number 9. And then you can have, you know, Leo Fernandez play a little more underneath, making runs, of course.
It's again a laid-back defense.
Jack Elliott coming out of the back for Philadelphia. Just, you can tell they're not pushing the issue just yet, Charlie. They're not forcing the play. Deep ball into space. They're not playing with that urgency like they're down 2-0. At the 16-minute mark, you're about to start running out of time here. And if you want to start a comeback in this game, Rowdies up 2-0 in the Tampa Bay Rowdies Suncoast Invitational. I'm Eddie Rodriguez alongside Charlie Slagle.
Good play by Fernandez, getting his body in front of the defender.
Yeah, that was
forced a foul.
Keegan Rosenberry.
Good ball by Neil Collins.
Great ball by Collins. Actually, Hristov gets called offsides. We have another sub for the Rowdies. Neil Collins actually is going to come out.
Gorski, another great header of the ball. Very impressed with him last week when he and Collins are in the game together. Very dangerous on set plays.
Gorski comes in.
But McAllis has played very well back there for the Rowdies at the center back. Nanchoff's still out there after getting the most minutes of anyone last week, as he came in when Marcel Schaefer went out of the game with his injury.
And you start to wonder if he's the next one that you would take off to try to bring some fresh legs. Great ball by Jack Blake into space. And even a better job by Andre Blake, the goalkeeper.
Watch how big he makes himself. Leo Fernandez is there. Blake has been the starting goalkeeper for a while for Philadelphia, but this Blake, Jack Blake, gets the ball to Fernandez and big and uses the foot to make himself even bigger.
And I tell you, it's a great first touch by Leo Fernandez right into space towards goal, which is the way you want to trap the ball. And Blake does the rest, coming out and, as you mentioned, making himself big. Corner kick, Rowdies.
And Blake comes out and makes the play. If you're going to have a miss, that's a good place to miss it when you're up 2-0.
When you're 80 yards away from your own goal. He played the ball into space. He thought Sebastian Gensati was going to make a run. He didn't. But it's okay, Charlie, because the ball just goes out of bounds. Look at this. Great cross. Risto cannot get to it.
That was a great play by Leo Fernandez, who got the cross off. Another good pass very good pass by Nanchoff.
Fafa Picol looking for teammates. Far post. David Akam with a one-time finish to the second post.
Needed a little spin on that ball, and might have gone in.
It's a great ball to the far post. And that one-time finish, but David Akam, he was looking to go across post. Always where the ball came from, Charlie.
It's easier to put it back that way than it is to change the direction of it.
Well, also because, you know, the goalkeeper's going to come out and he's going to have that side. So if he's in the same way he came back, it's so hard for them to reach back where they came from.
That was a very good chance for the Union. A little under 16 minutes to play.
All grade 1-2 outside the 18.
Rowdies are laying back a little bit. A lot of the play going to the Union now.
Hernandez brings the ball back. Nanchoff is all over the place. Charlie's makes some great runs, always making himself available. We have another Rowdies substitution.
There's Nanchoff there.
Yeah, I
had a very good game.
The next one, yeah.
Had a very good game last Saturday. Jack Blake coming out. Lance Roseboom, who did not play last week because of coming off an injury, and comes into the game.
Now entering the game, number 25, Lance Roseboom.
Yeah, Roseboom will play that defensive center mid spot that Blake was playing. Great ball. A little bit too far. Sebastian Gensati gets called for an offside.
Roseboom was captain of Ottawa, played 52 games for them. Another USL team, obviously in the capital of Canada. Well, they can't be happy in the Olympics, where they came in second in the women, and I guess they won today for a bronze medal in the men.
Not in women's hockey, they didn't.
Yeah, women's hockey, they got the silver. That was quite a game, with the going to a shootout to decide it.
Yeah, Megalias is down. Hopefully nothing serious as he's holding his forehead. Checking for blood. You can tell he's, oh yeah, he gets a little bit of contact in the face.
He's played very well today.
Yeah, he's done a great job. CJ Sapong making contact. I think Elias has done a great job distributing out of the back.
Going to retake that.
Yeah, I couldn't understand if they were saying that Gonzati was off or.
May have been a foul there, but they'll let the game play on.
Deep ball into the corner, looking for Leo Fernandez. '78th minute, Charlie. Tampa Bay Rowdies up 2-0. The Philadelphia Union looking to come back. And this, the last game of the Suncoast Invitational, sponsored by the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Michael Nanchoff taking down Alejandro Bedoya.
From Al Lang Stadium, St. Petersburg, Florida.
Nanchoff takes another free kick off the body. There's Georgie.
Oh, great cut in the back. Comes out. Portillo's great run. A little bit too long. That lost TV. A little bit better.
Another sub coming in.
He was looking for a Vingard who was making a run out of the back.
Alex Morel coming in the game. Nanchoff, well-deserved rest.
Yeah, definitely well-deserved. Not only did he have the second goal, but just great performance. He ran all over the place. Just great job keeping the ball. Making great choices with the ball as well. Alex Morel comes in.
From Lakeland.
We're just about 10 minutes away from the Rowdies just to have a perfect game against a great MLS side. Elias pings the ball in the corner, looking for Ristov.
Less than 10 remaining.
Fernandez wins the ball, plays it across.
Our first chance to see Roseboom.
Fernandez gets calls. He gets called for that foul, but it was just the extension of his right arm. He made contact though with the Union player as he's trying to shield the ball.
He probably deserved it, though.
Yeah, there's definitely contact there. And of course, Fuff, up a call. Draws the foul.
This will be a big win in the preseason for the Rowdies. They're still coming into the season at 0-0, but this is would be a nice victory. It's going to be a foul on Vingard, who's behind the play and then used his arm to push off.
Yeah, set piece for the Philadelphia Union. This is a good chance for them. Want to take your time and make sure you put it on frame. Medungani with a left foot.
Oh, well hit. We have seen some great free kicks today.
Outstanding free kick with his left foot. Nothing Cody Mazel could do. It's a great driven ball to the near post.
You're going to see it again here. Around the wall.
Around the wall, and just look at the pace he puts in.
With a lot of power. It's 2-1.
See, just in the corner. There's nothing.
There's nothing they
to
go
do. I mean, he'd even.
If you make that shot, you can make that shot.
Absolutely. Great goal. Oh, bad giveaway by the Union. I think Ristov got called for an offside. He's trying to come back, stay on sides.
So 2-1. Saw 4 goals in the first game, 3 in about a 5-minute span.
Philadelphia pushing the lines a little bit out of the back. Good cross. Elias clears it.
Big time save by Cody Mazel.
Yeah, and this is when you want to tighten up the lines, because now this is the worst score to 2-1, because anything can happen, especially with 5 minutes left in the game as the referee is having a chat with a couple of the players.
Big time chance here. The Rowdies trying to hold on to this victory, which would be huge, even though it's a preseason game. Good play by Mazel. Getting this opportunity as a team, but also as individuals to play well against an MLS team, which they did last week also. But getting a W is huge.
Yeah, it's huge because what he represents, Charlie, not only is it preseason, but, you know, it just puts you in the right frame of mind, gives you that understanding that you're playing against a team that it's a great team from MLS, and not only that, just somebody who's supposed to be at least on paper superior, right?
Right, and this game's not over yet, though, but that was a great save by Cody Mazel. A lot of pressure coming from Philadelphia. What you have is a lot of fresh players for Philadelphia, who are mainly their starters, versus some fresh players that came off the bench.
This is a great chance right here from outside the 18.
Good save.
Great driven ball.
Mazel has probably screened on that.
Anthony Fontana, who stroked that ball.
They called a foul before any of that happened. There won't be much stoppage time. There hasn't been in this Suncoast Invitational, hosted by and put on by the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Now you see that urgency by the Union, trying to play the through balls, trying to play the balls in space.
Another great ball there. Roseboom's there to get rid of it. Morrell comes up lane a little bit after contesting for that ball. Seems to be okay now, though.
Fans, the best way to show your support and passion for the Rowdies is to purchase 2018 season tickets.
80th minute, Charlie, 2 minutes away, 3 from the Tampa Bay Rowdies. This be once again, we talked about being a huge win for them. Just what they can do for them in this preseason. Going in the right direction. And that guy right there has been solid throughout this game.
And another thing is, you get this win. Practice this week is going to be a little bit harder as far as everybody making those plays. You've got Graf, who's proven that he is going to be a legitimate goal scorer, so that pushes the other goal scorers, Georgie and others, to up their game again. And Nanchoff has come in for Marcel Schaefer last week, and then Schaefer is not playing this week. Legitimate star is Schaefer.
Oh,
and you're just getting more and more people and fighting for positions, and when you fight for positions, it makes you a better player. And getting, if they were to hold on and get this win, which getting the last few minutes now, would be a real positive.
No, you're absolutely right. Two players that totally took advantage of their opportunity. Nanchoff and, of course, Graf. Graf had the first goal. Nanchoff the second. And as you mentioned, you want to have a deep roster going into this season. It's a very long season, but just knowing that you're going to have different goal scorers can prove so valuable.
A 32-game season in the USL, 34-game season in the MLS.
Andre Blake out of the back for the Union. Bedoya in the middle. Now you see that urgency once again by the Philadelphia Union.
2 minutes of stoppage time will be played.
The center referee has ended a minimum of 2 minutes of extra time in the second half.
Two minutes of stoppage time. Bedoya with a great ball around the 18. Those are difficult to control, so you want to just get rid of them.
Good hustle by Alex Morrell. Bedoya has moved to the back from his midfield position. Everybody's forward.
You can hear the chanting of the Tampa Bay Rowdies faithful as they're trying to close this game.
We have one more substitution coming in for the Rowdies. So this may go beyond the 92nd minute.
Karinga coming in.
Very dangerous. Najim, a very good player today. Had the assist
a great
on,
game, yeah.
Had the assist on Nanchoff's goal. Playing against his brother. Dangerous spot here for this free kick. A little bit too far out for a shot, but maybe. Goalkeeper has to keep that in mind. Going to play beyond that because of the substitution in the last in the stoppage time. But this should do it right about here. The short ball should go to the corner.
That's a great play. He's using enough speed, get into the corner and kill the clock. Even better, get inside the 18, get that spot, get that position.
And that's the end of the game. 2-1 Rowdies.
Outstanding effort by the Rowdies. 2-1 against a great MLS side. Charlie, your thoughts?
I thought it was a very well played game by the Rowdies. The goals were very good. The chances, more chances by the Rowdies than Philadelphia. Philadelphia caught up there at the end, but a very entertaining night of 2 soccer matches where we saw 7 goals. It was great.
Great job by the Rowdies, 2-1. They played that perfect game. They gave up a 1 late goal, but thanks for watching. On behalf of the whole crew, Tampa Bay Rowdies, Charlie Slagle, I'm Eddie Rodriguez. We'll see you at the beginning of the season.